All right, guys, welcome back to the Touchline Podcast, episode 71. I had to take over. Anthony couldn't get the intro right, so I'm here starting it today.
Still recovering on Saturday.
Yeah, still recovering after Saturday, Anthony.
And you get off on my voices.
2 days after. It takes 2 days to recover.
Yeah, maybe.
You had one drink, bro.
You couldn't get it right today,
I couldn't get it right, bro. I'm still trying to recover, bro.
Before in the old studio, you were perfect, but now
I know, like I'm always full energetic, like ready to go, like can't wait to start the intro. But now it's just, I'm not myself because after these 2 days.
You must have lost brain cells.
No, not just brain cells, bro. I was just off my head on the weekend, bro. I don't know what happened to me.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
How's the party? You enjoyed it?
Bro, you were with us the whole time.
Bro,
we had a ball.
Yeah,
I just don't know what happened to me, but I saw the videos looking back at it. Everyone was sending on the group chat.
Were you blackout drunk?
No, like everyone was pissed. Like I was pissed, like hammered. But like I was like, that wasn't me. Like I haven't drank in a very long time. Like to be honest with you, I haven't drank in about since my cousin's wedding last year. So yeah. Bro, I don't drink usually, but like it's with moderation, you know.
Surprised you didn't jump in the water.
I was close.
Yeah, was he actually? What do you mean?
Like he was leaning. He was leaning.
I was leaning on the railings.
There was another boy on the other side.
Yeah.
It was like trying to G him up and then
No way.
That's it. If you were there, Bill. Oh my
only
God.
Anthony can do that, man.
But Patrick was worse.
Yeah, Pat was worse. Pat was worse. Everyone was worse. But anyways, let's start off with the round 6 review.
Scored in the corner.
First of all, starting off with the Melbourne and Bulldogs game. It was a close game. We took the lead at the last, 15 minutes. It was 14-10, and then Melbourne, put the nail in the coffin and got it 16-14. The question is our defense. Yes, it's good, but there's times where we're leaking points where we shouldn't be. The Xavier coach try, that was embarrassing. Like to concede that off a little
yeah, but they overruled it.
No, he scored it.
No, they didn't. No, it's on.
No, they scored it, bro.
He scored it.
He did score it, but look at it right here on my phone.
Brother,
What are you talking about?
brother, did you watch the game?
I did watch the game.
He's talking about the coach try.
Oh, the
on the
coach try.
sideline.
No, the assist he got. Pappen out.
Papa. Yes. Sorry, my apologies, bro.
You're gone. But yeah, on that one, man. Like these moments, like we should not conceded that. If we didn't concede that, we probably win the game.
Yeah. Even just the Burton's kicking was horrendous, disgusting, bro. We would have won the game if he got those conversions.
To be fair, it's pretty far out. Like he should look. He should
don't cut him some slack.
Yeah, he should have got one.
There's a reason why he's our goal kicker. Yeah. He should be converting.
Yeah. He should have got one at least. He should have got one at least.
There's no excuse.
Yeah, there's no excuse. 2 is always, anyone can get 2, but to give him a bit, he should have at least got 1. At least
one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. At least he should have got 1.
That would have won the game. That there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Like hitting those. Exactly. You train for those moments.
Yeah. Of course.
Maybe doesn't train goal kicking that much on during the week. Well, I can't question what he does because I don't know what he does.
We don't know what's going on.
But I'm saying moments like that, moments to win games, that would have won us the game in Melbourne because of the goal kicking. All right, we played even just final touches on our game. We could have done better. But yeah, bro, it came down to that.
Yeah,
the goal kicking.
It was a close game. Like, look, I actually enjoyed it. I was watching it while I was at the fighting event on Friday night. But you know how Josh Adokars first tried. I knew his foot was out. Like, it was so obvious.
Yeah.
If it wasn't out, we would have been leading by.
We would have probably won it.
Yeah, we would have won the game.
Again, defense has been very good.
It's improving a lot too. But
attack, you could still see. First half, we couldn't attack. We just had so many
chances as well.
Chances. We had a lot of the ball and we just couldn't score. And that's going to soon affect us if we don't get that sorted. Maybe it's because of that number 7 role. We haven't got that right number 7 that can take control of the game and allow us to win the game and attack properly. There's good signs. I'm happy where we're heading.
Yeah.
We're competing with big teams, Rabbitohs, Roosters, Melbourne, back to back. And it's good to see, but now we need wins again. We need to start winning.
There is positive signs from the Dogs. Like our defense, it is getting much
very
better.
Good.
Even our attack as well. Like
it's
we're still
there's
a bit of edgy stuff like that we need to fix up on. Look, Hutchison. He always I'm not gonna offend anyone, but I'm just saying Hutchison always hogs the ball.
He needs to go.
Like the combination. You know how every time when the boys they're spreading out the ball left and right. You know how they're always catching it, but every time when Hutchison grabs that ball, he never passes it back. He always goes, charges, he wants to get tackled on.
There's so many chances during that day
where it's fifth tackle and he doesn't even kick. He passes it to Crichton,
Yeah.
who Crichton had like 6 kicks that day, and Hutchison had probably 1. And that is not what you want from a halfback.
Exactly.
For me, I think Hutchison, he's a good player. I think if he was a lock, he's a great defensive player.
Yeah,
His
that's what I was gonna
tackling
say.
ability is very good. He's just not a halfback.
Exactly. Like, to be fair, like, if I was Serrano, I'd rather put him into a lock position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've seen it now these last 5-6 weeks.
He's a good
on
defender.
the field. Look, he's a good defender, but he's always hogging the ball. You don't want that role. If you're going to be a halfback, you got to
Just go look at his body type. He doesn't look like a halfback.
It doesn't.
He's not a halfback.
I've
He's
said
as slow as a snail. No fan wants him as a halfback.
exactly.
It's crazy how Serrano has picked him for 6 weeks. It's beyond me.
It's just, I think it's just a waste of a signing to bring Hutchison in. Like, we should have got someone else that has a bit more experience. That's what we said last year.
It's just every fan wants him gone, bro. Like, Sexton is the answer. You put Sexton half,
Correct.
That's it, bro. Like, we'll actually win the game. It comes down to the halfback. The halfback does the kicking. The halfback controls the game. He is the game plan.
This is why, Bill. That's why we brought Toby Sexton last year into the squad at the end of the season, and this is why now he needs to be in that start position.
I
with
think
Matt Bird.
Serrano doesn't trust Sexton. I think he's that stubborn that Hutchison will be the halfback throughout the whole year.
I
don't
not.
think Sexton playing, and especially we're seeing the good signs from the team, and I don't think he's going to drop him. I think we're going to be performing better every week.
Yes.
I think we're going to start winning games, and that's going to really show and really prove that Hutchison should not be dropped in Serrano's eye. But for us fans, he has to be dropped.
He has to go.
The Sexton's apparently now lately been playing in hooker in New South Wales Cup. Again, which I don't agree with because
Flanagan last year
it's like a Flanagan situation. You're putting him now fullback because you don't think he's number 7. But why did you sign him in the first place? Because we needed a number 7. That's a problem with Serrano.
Yeah.
His team, he cannot make a team, chopping and changing. And now I know he wants to try and stick with a team, but sometimes it comes to a point where those players aren't playing good. You can't stick with them.
Exactly.
I've mentioned a number of times, Perham and Alamotti were ones last year. They were terrible, but they got selected.
Horrible,
Hutchison will keep on going until we have this massive defeat that's embarrassing, and then he'll get dropped. Hutchison needs to go.
But to the boys' credit, they played 80 minutes. Which was actually to go 10-0 at half time and then catch up and then get their lead, bro. To their credit, bro, we played. I'm happy with that loss.
I'm very
to be honest.
Valami kick-out killed it.
He killed it.
Actually
that
killed
left-hand
it.
side kick-out,
Wow.
Cherry and Fox. Oh my god,
That's a good combination right there.
Look, Connor Tracy quickly. I think he should be the fullback, but
Yes.
I think Taft's still going to be the number 1.
Yeah.
Serrato's going to keep.
Connor
it
Tracy has stepped up a lot, and since like he debuted against Sharks,
he's been very good.
He's been improving
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
good to see.
He wants that position so
It's
bad.
A good performance from the Dogs. Very proud of them, despite us losing. I'm very
It was just
positive,
only 2 points. It
very
doesn't matter,
positive
yeah.
how we're playing and where we're heading. Let's move on to the next game: Broncos and Dolphins. Another interesting game.
Yeah.
Dolphins were on top of the ladder, but with this defeat, they go back down. But still, again with the Dolphins, we mentioned it a few weeks ago about they've only versed the likes of Titans, Tigers. It hasn't been title
Even St.
contending
George as well,
teams,
yeah.
St. George as well. Now they verse the Broncos and they lose. So I don't think it's a surprise that they've lost. I still think they're not a top 8 team. I just think, again, Dolphins had a wonderful start last season.
Yeah.
And then again, they went crawling back down to the ladder. And I think same situation is going to happen again. I think they are better. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, again, playing very well. He got injured. He only played like 5 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the Broncos, Reece Walsh is back. They looked more, threatening on the attack with him back. Big miss again last week. Adam Reynolds got out. Harsh should be back soon. So Broncos now starting to get their players back in at the right time.
Yeah.
They'll start to click form and then try and have that late charge into.
Look, credit to Dolphins. They were the first team to score during that game. So
Yeah,
they started the
Jared
game well.
Wallace, actually, yeah.
It was very tight at the first half, but second half, I think, I don't know about Dolphins. Maybe when Hammer got injured, it started to
I think
lose
the defense,
the process, whatever they were trying to build during that game. And it just went into the bin and Broncos just took full control of the game.
But there is a bit of weakness in the Dolphins, like with their defensive system. Sorry, like I think they're just letting it go.
Leaking tries a lot.
Yeah, because Brisbane controlled the
They
whole
had more
game.
possession, Dolphins, which is crazy.
Yeah, at the first half, but then second half was just
it was
cut.
an even completion rate.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of errors made by both teams, but it was still a good showing by Broncos.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. Broncos, as I said, that was a needed win. They're now back-to-back wins. And yeah, they just got to find consistency because they haven't had that. The injuries have costed them, but if they can start winning, how we saw Panthers last year,
because Broncos have had a hard start during the year. They've had hard fixtures, so I think now the easy games start to come in. They can get a few good points. Even Dolphins, I think their fixtures start to get a bit harder, and I think they're going to start going down the ladder, and I think Broncos will slowly rise up.
And I think on Anthony's point about the leaking defense, a lot of teams have been leaking a lot of points this year. Cowboys are third, and they've got one of the worst defense.
Yeah, I know.
So it's in the
really
defensive
bad.
department. I think a lot of teams are trying to attack more rather than think about the defense. I know defense is important, but as I said, the statistics show that a lot of teams are conceding a lot of points. Yeah. Only a few are still below 90. I think the Warriors are, the Panthers are. There's a few teams up there. But yeah, the defense has been a problem for many clubs. Now, a shock win for the Parramatta Eels against the Cowboys, 27 points to 20.
Cowboys big. That's a big points drop, man. Yeah. They should have won that game. If you watch the first half, had so many chances to win the game. Had 2 disallowed tries, I'm pretty sure, that were against them. Had 2 dropout calls also go against them where the bunker system overruled and 20-meter restart. Look, Cowboys, again, leaking too many points. And if your attack's not clicking at some games, again, I said that last week, that it's going to ruin your momentum. And if you're leaking points again and the attack's not working, you're going to lose the game eventually. Parramatta, first half wasn't the best, but second half just luck went their side a bit. And that's what you need sometimes in sport. If things aren't going your way, if your attack's not clicking, if you're leaking points, you need luck on your side. And that's what happened during that game. And it's a big 2 points for Parramatta.
Yeah, Parramatta needed that, especially again with Moses out for another. He's still got like 9 weeks to recovery. Yeah. They get that win, and then they take on the Dolphins this week. They could go back-to-back wins. And then, again, it's these wins that can help them so that when Moses come back, they've got wins under the belt. They're potentially, let's say, top 8. And then they can just start getting Moses back in, start finding their form. And, who knows where that leads them. As Joey's saying, still, they're going to win the premiership. Yeah. The Eels, they weren't the best, but still, they were good enough to beat the Cowboys. And as I said, with the Cowboys' defense, their attack's winning them the games. That's all I can say because their defense is everywhere.
Solid, yeah. Everything's solid.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It didn't win them this game.
No, it is true. They got a good defensive system and they got a good attacking system as well. Until Mitchell Moses comes back.
Oh yeah, Eels, Eels.
For Parramatta.
No, I was talking about Cowboys, about how their defense.
Yeah, but they will get better for sure.
Yeah, maybe it takes time to.
It takes time, and we're still early in the rounds, anyways. During the season, but
they
will make finals, maybe.
They will make. I reckon they will make finals. But their defense is everywhere.
It is.
Because you have the whole preseason to work on that, and 100%. If you haven't worked on that and they're conceding that points, I don't see it improving. It might improve, but they'll still concede.
You look at Cowboys halfback, you got Dearden and you got Townsend. That's a really underrated combination right there.
It is.
It's the way they get their team attacking and scoring points. I've never seen an attack like them in a while. Even last year, their attack was good towards the second half of the season. Scott Drinkwater, Dearden, Valentine Holmes. They're the 4 key players within that club. If one player was to get injured, I think that's when you start to see the team crumble. They rely too much on these key players, massive plays for them. Yeah. Without them, they'll be struggling.
Well, let's move on to the final game. We're going to recap Canberra and the Gold Coast Titans. Man,
what a game last night.
What a game! That was a very good game, but I think Raiders made it look that way. Because
I think so.
They should not have choked that lead.
Titans was super close to win. They were super close.
Look, Titans are in a position now where they got to just, have grit and just try and stay into games.
Yeah.
And when I went to extra golden points, I can't believe it was like 30 seconds left. The game was going to be done. It was going to be a draw.
Yeah, I thought.
And then Titans just allowed Schiller, whoever it was, just to make a whole run to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
And with 20 seconds remaining, they take the field goal. Titans can't.
No, it was Jamal Fogarty.
Even though they won,
the field goal.
Even though they won, it's still a loss for Canberra. Canberra, they should have slaughtered the Titans. To be honest, in their home, in their backyard. Just everything should have been Canberra's way, which they allowed Titans to get through.
But to be honest, it's just showing how tough this season is.
It is. It's just this round was
even on
this round was tight.
Yeah,
could have had a draw.
Games,
You had a draw. This was almost a draw.
Yeah, it was.
The Bulldogs game.
The Bulldogs game. The only one that wasn't close was Tigers and Dragons.
That literally could have been the first. I've never seen 2 draws in an actual 1 round season.
Yeah.
Never. The first time.
And even Haslam and Ricky Stewart having a go at each other about the decisions going against them. You look at Titans had a chance to get the field goal when it got blocked by
Kiriforan missed that twice.
Apparently, he was inside the 10. It should have been a penalty for Titans, but the refs didn't see it. And then the next second half of the golden point, Foddy gets one.
Yeah.
And that cost them the game. So again, a big call made by the ref, which affected Titans. Titans should be happy. They got Manly this week, which should be another big task for them. But yeah, it's good signs for Titans. But Canberra, they need to make sure they fix a few things within their defense against Broncos.
Yeah, well, now let's move on to the round 7 tips. And then we'll also do who you got.
Yeah,
so we'll go through the tips first.
So
first of all, the league standings for round 6. As you know, our special guest was Nick Stav.
Yep.
So in last position, Anthony goes back to 5th space.
Back
He
to
got
the drawing
only
board.
3 he only got 3 tips. So you're currently on a total tips of 25.
Yep.
Bill remains in 4th. He got 5 tips. So the second highest this week and is on 26 total tips.
That's not
Samuel
bad.
moved down. He has a total of 27. Only got 4 last week. Now Nick Stav, guests were 5th last week and pushed them all the way to 2nd.
Wow.
So
That's
Nick
cool.
Stav did get 6
Good on you,
tips,
Nick.
right?
Carried the guest.
Carried the guest, that's right. And
Wow.
he's tied with Samuel with 27 points. And myself, I'm in first with 4 total tips in round 6.
Chabel's
and
still first.
28 total
Okay.
tips. And
Stab
yeah.
is cooking, as he
Yeah,
says.
that's cool.
All right,
I'll go
so we
next
got
one.
the first game Thursday night, Roosters and Melbourne. That's going to be a good clash, that
Gonna be
one.
close.
Yeah, that's going to be a great
That's
match.
going to be
I reckon it's gonna
a
be
very good game, that one.
Yeah, but it's
And
gonna
they're
be to
both
the
won
wire.
on the weekend as well.
Who's
So
going to win? Tedesco should be back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
back.
after that
Walker's
concussion.
back.
Sam Walker should be back.
Yep.
I'm going to go Melbourne. I still think Melbourne will win.
Yeah, they'll edge it.
Yeah,
I
Roosters
think
have been a bit inconsistent.
I think Storm.
I think, I'm going to go some. I think it will take time for Tedesco and Walker to get back into the game a bit, especially the concussion Tedesco went through. It was a bad concussion. But yeah, I think Storm will be a bit too strong, but it will be close.
Anthony?
You know what? I'm going to stick with Roosters.
Okay.
I think Roosters will win it.
Okay.
So next game we got Dragons and New Zealand Warriors.
Good win
They
for
both
Dragons
won again
against
on the weekend.
No, Warriors drew actually.
Oh, Drew, sorry,
they
yeah, my
drew.
bad.
Dragons
yeah.
got a good win. It's
But-
at Dragons home ground.
Yeah, it is.
I think Warriors 13 plus.
Yeah, I'm going to agree as well.
Yeah.
I think Warriors 13 plus.
Yep.
Nah, I'm gonna tip the Dragons. Nah, I truly think they win at home.
Dragons.
You
Yeah,
reckon?
yeah.
Okay.
I
Zach
feel like
Lomax, man. Lomax, crazy.
Lomax
man.
killed it
Yeah,
in the
actually,
Tigers game. I mean, it is against the Tigers,
Yeah.
but still, bro,
Yeah.
he bloody killed it.
See that catch? If you guys saw it on the highlights?
yeah.
Bro, that was
You didn't
immense.
mention the guest this week.
Okay, so the guest is Joey for this week. So for the first game, he's actually went for Roosters to beat Melbourne. And he's also backing his boy St. George. He believes they'll be too strong for the Warriors.
Okay.
And I'm also going New Zealand Warriors.
Okay.
Yep.
Next
So
game.
next game we got Parramatta and Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Dolphins.
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 They're
I
gonna
think
be
they'll
strong.
edge it.
Dolphins?
It's in their backyard.
It's at Parramatta's backyard, but
Hey,
no,
It's
it's
at
Parramatta's
Combank.
backyard.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's in Darwin.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. So it's a different location.
that could
I would
change
say. I think Dolphins. will win it.
Dolphins are too strong.
Yeah, I think Dolphins going to edge it.
Their defense is good. Attack's
are.
good.
No, I'm going to go Paris.
Sarko's killing it, man.
He's
He is.
He's killing it.
He's so good.
Isn't he still leading
He's
in the
gonna-
try scoring or not yet?
I think it's Zach Lomax.
I
Is it
reckon
Lomax?
I reckon he'll be man of the match that game.
I think he
well,
will.
Yeah.
So what
Okay.
about you, Dolphins?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
going to
going
stick with
Para.
Dolphins.
I'm going Parramatta as well. And
Make sure you get it right this week, bro. Every week there's a stuff up in the tips.
Sorry
I
about
post.
that, but and Joey went Para to beat Dolphins.
There you go.
Okay, next one.
Next one, Anthony.
Next game we got Penrith versus West Tigers. They're playing at Bathurst, so that's.
Tigers.
I'm going to say I think I'm going to stick with Tigers because
Last
they
time.
had their record winning last week. Last year, sorry,
When they beat them.
against Penrith. So I think Tigers
But
can beat
Panthers
them.
have had a bye.
Yeah, I know,
they're
but I
fresh.
think they can still upset them.
No. There's something about that Bathurst ground that
Yeah.
Panthers don't like.
Yeah, I know.
which Tigers do like.
So you got Tigers.
I'm going to stick with Tigers.
I'm
man.
gonna go Tigers.
I want Panthers.
on
Tigers.
Penrith.
It's just that feeling, bro.
I
don't
just
know
got
why.
that gut feeling.
Yeah, because if
Hey.
they can win last year, they can win this year.
It's not about that. It's
Yeah,
just,
I know, but it's
feel
just that venue. Like, it's a different
Panthers,
location.
Panthers are the top dogs, but I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like Tigers is their kryptonite.
I
It's always the Tigers that beat
Yeah,
them.
you could
They always
say
come.
and Joey's
Yeah.
went. He believes Penrith's gonna destroy them.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, next game we got Titans versus Manly.
This one, I think Manly should be strong,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. Titans, I don't know. This one,
Titans are at home.
Like their
something-
first win, you would
they
say.
might get their first win here.
I tip Titans this week. I honestly think they're gonna win.
Nah, Manly.
Just something again that performance against Raiders that almost go over the line and just feel
Herrera,
this.
yeah, he's double try.
this
4
week-
minutes before the game.
Something's telling me
Jaden
Titans got
Campbell
this.
Injured.
Yeah, he is. So
No.
I'm sticking with
Come on,
Manly.
man. Manly
Manly's,
gonna
I think
take
13
it.
plus.
Manly, I don't know.
It's going to be hard, but I'm
could
going
say
to
it.
stick with
What
13.
should I go?
Manly.
Then this season's weird.
It is.
Anything can
And,
happen. What did Joey
the whole
go?
ladder's even as well.
Joey, Manly will be too strong for Titans.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Manly.
I'll stick with Manly as well. I'll just stay safe.
So I'm the only one Titans.
All right, now for who you got, quickly just to go through the rankings. Chabel's currently on 17 points. Anthony 16. Bill third with 13. And I'm coming last with 10 points. Now let's go through the who you got for this week. So score prediction, boys. So I've went 36 points to 18 for the Broncos to win. Anthony?
I said Canberra Raiders 30-20.
Okay.
Sam, you've got mine.
Yeah, Bill?
I said 28-12 Broncos win.
And Chabels went 32-22 Broncos win. Anthony, anytime try scorer.
Danny Levi.
Yep. I went Reece Walsh anytime. Bill?
Who did I go? 1 second. Anytime I went Reece Walsh.
Reece Walsh. And Chabels went Jesse Arthur's anytime try scorer. I've went first try scorer Billy Walters. Anthony, who'd you go?
Sebastian Chris.
Yep, Bill.
Went Hudson Young.
And Chabel went Jesse Arthur's. Man of the match, Anthony.
Jamal Fogarty.
Yep.
Said it right today.
We said it right today.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
Patrick Carrigan, I went. Bill went Reece Walsh. And Chabel went Patrick Carrigan. Finally, bold prediction, Anthony.
Danny Levi double try.
Okay, like that one. I've went Broncos to score 2 tries in the first 10 minutes.
All right.
Bill?
I went Raiders to lead 12-0 at halftime.
Okay, nice. And Chabels went Arthurs, Cobbo, Oates, and Schiller all to score in the game. That's a wrap up to who you got. Now we're going to be starting putting them on Insta, so we'll get you guys involved. If you want to get involved, put your answers in the comments down below. You guys can do that.
Joey also tipped Broncos heading into this game.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like they win by a long shot. Like they'll be dominant.
Yeah, I think so.
That's right.
Next game, Anthony.
Next game, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Bulldogs versus
I've
Newcastle.
got PTSD.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
It's isn't it the exact same time of the exact
2
same
o'clock
day?
Sunday,
At the
yeah.
exact same venue.
Year,
Yeah, it's
but
scary, but I think Dogs will. I'm saying big win Dogs.
yeah, I think
we'll get our revenge.
me too. I think Dogs will win it because you can see there's a lot of improvements coming in week by week. Sorry, like with the defense, with the attack. Newcastle, they felt short against Roosters on the weekend.
Yeah.
But I can see Dogs will win this game. So I think it'll probably be a 13+ game.
Yeah,
Well,
me too. I agree. 13.
I don't think 13 plus. I want to 12, but
maybe.
Bulldogs will win.
Yeah, that,
Okay,
yeah,
Chabot.
I've also went Dogs and Joey too.
Joey went
Oh,
Dogs.
beautiful.
Dogs.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
All
that's
right,
a
so last
I
game
got one more
of the week, we got Cronulla and Cowboys. That's going to be a tough game, that
That's
one.
gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Cowboys by 1 point.
They're at PointsBet Stadium.
Yeah, it's at Sharks Stadium. Yeah, I'm going Cowboys 1 point.
Oh, you're gonna go Cowboys?
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys.
I think Sharks do it at their home ground. I got it
I
done.
don't know, it's a 50-50 game because, like, it's first versus fourth. So
It's
it's,
close. Yeah.
it's going to be close. I'm going to stick with Sharks.
Sharks
will win it.
Cowboys, and also Joey's going Cowboys.
Okay, that's a wrap up to round 7 tips. Now let's move on to a topic. Should NRL switch their golden points to golden try?
We saw a lot of close games on the weekend.
Yeah.
This was a question raised by NRL Online, so just so we're not stealing it. What do you think about that, boys? Should there be a golden point or a golden try? You know,
Well, in golden point, you can score a goal. You can score a try, and it wraps up the game.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I think it's good how the way it is. Unless the golden try rule will mean no field goals, you just got to score the try. Is that what it's?
yeah, like that's it. Like it's
So
done.
just tries.
Like once, no, it's like I think instead of extra time, like whoever scores first,
Isn't it golden point?
It's
already?
golden point already.
golden point, as in
Yeah.
but like try, like as in.
So I think last year was extra time, but this year
That's what I'm saying.
this is a golden
okay, so
golden point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So I think it should be. Look, I understand extra time because, for example, Raiders might kick off the golden point,
And
and,
they
then
get it, yeah.
Sharks get
That's
go
what
on
I'm
the other
saying.
and get the
Yeah,
field
that's
goal.
what they- that's what
I
they're
think it
asking.
should be extra time because again, it gives both teams a chance to
But like, don't
have
you
a
think?
real
But,
crack at the game.
but don't you think they had 80 minutes already to score?
You could say that. You could say they had 80 minutes. Like for example, the Raiders, they were winning 20-8, and then they choked it. Titans came back in the game. Why do they need the extra 10 minutes? You know, so
Yeah.
in a way, the golden point. You know, you've put yourself in this situation. It's golden point. Whoever wins it, wins it. So, like, I think there's pros and cons for golden point and extra time.
Yeah.
But for me,
Odd keeper, maybe.
I think what Bill said now made me change my mind. I think maybe golden point. I don't think extra time.
Fair enough. What
I'm
are you
going
saying?
golden
Yeah,
point.
I'm going to agree with the golden point as well.
Yeah.
Just stick with the same rules, you know. If you're going to put golden try, like it's happening every time in the golden point as well. Either it's a try or a field goal.
Yeah.
So I think just stick with the same rules.
Yeah.
That's just
What about you,
I'll
Bill?
agree.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I think maybe a golden point is still stands.
I think it's still good.
I think it's still good enough to
not broken.
solidify a game.
Yeah, I think I agree. Golden point should be I think the main answer. If you guys want to get involved, put your thoughts down below. What do you reckon? Golden point, or should it be changed to extra time? Now let's move on to Manly and the Warriors game. 22 the final score was 22-22, so it ended up being a draw. The question is now, were they robbed? Here's what Anthony Seabold had to say about it. It's probably something I don't want to comment on, because if I say it shouldn't have been a penalty, I'll be called a whinger. If I say it should have been a penalty, then potentially I'm not looking after the players in my group. It was adjudicated a penalty and we get on with it. So right now, I think a lot of, again, as you said about the Raiders and with Ricky Stewart and Des Hasler, about them going on the
that
field,
controversial between.
controversial. Look, you're going to get calls where it's not going to go your way.
Yeah.
And it's happening. Yes, you have the right to complain about it, have your rant about it, have your say about it. But again, you can't do anything now these days. The referees aren't doing their job. They're making big mistakes on the field, big calls that are costing teams a win. And at this point, yes, you can have an argument, but are you really going to get your way? Are you really going to have your point across? Because at this point, it's like you're talking to a brick wall. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
See,
Let alone you're going to get the fine, actually. That's what's going to happen.
See, this is what I mean. Like, every player has every right to go up to the ref to make that, like, decision or, like, that conversation with them, but you can't win against them. It's always their way, the referee's way. But you have to understand, like, how many mistakes the refs, what they do on the field, they always messed up.
Yeah.
And they think like they've won the whole thing. It feels like the refs are playing more than the players, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
So,
do you think Manly was robbed?
look,
the field
I think it
goal-
was a fair game.
it's
To
a
be
fair-
honest, it was a fair game.
It was
Like,
a
it was
fair
a draw.
call. It was a fair call.
But I don't know why he was complaining about the whole
It's in the
scenario.
books ever since that Reynolds situation.
Graham.
It is a penalty, but for me,
Yeah.
maybe Sean Johnson milked it a bit
Yeah.
because you could see he kicked it. He got hit by the legs. It took a while for him to then say, "Oh, I've hurt myself," or that from that incident. Look, it's a foul, no question about it. No matter how soft it was or hard it was, it's in the books. But for me, it was a bit soft.
We like to talk about consistency and how referees are inconsistent.
Yeah.
This is consistency. Like from that James Graham incident, you know, if they were to not call that a penalty and it was to happen again and get penalised by another referee,
Yeah, that's
you know, then they'll go back on this. So you can't win.
Yeah,
You can't win against the refs.
And-
You cannot
But I
win.
don't. But I think it was a penalty
because
in today's game.
if Josh Holloway never put his hands up like that,
Yeah.
It would have not been a penalty
it would
because
not
it's
been
charging
a
down.
penalty 'cause not charging down. Because if you look at it, his knee collided with him.
That's
Now
right.
with the James Graham one, James Graham actually his hands, he went to charge down and his hands hit his legs.
Yeah.
Now again, I think this rule would have been overruled if his Holloway's hands weren't coming in for a charge down. If his legs hit his legs without no charge down, would have not been a penalty. So I think that changed the whole scenario. So I think it was the right call. You know, as Bill said, we want consistency, and the refs delivered on that one. Now there's news about Mal Meninga. I think Jason Dimitri he's almost gone.
I think he is.
think-
Maybe this
he-
week, maybe.
I think he played his last. Oh, he coached his
Oh, did
last
he?
game.
But they haven't put
I
any.
think
They
so.
haven't,
I
that's what I'm
think
saying.
so.
They haven't put anything else.
On the
I'm
mainstream media,
assuming
yeah.
he's going to go another week with heading in the bye, see what happens then. But Mal Meninga's in line to replace him.
Do you think he'll
It's-
be a
it's
good coach
Too
for
much,
the Rabbitohs?
too much pressure on Mal Meninga. You know,
Yeah.
coming into an already broken team who's sitting 17th on the ladder,
Yeah.
he's only going to get criticism for anything he does. He's only going to
right.
get criticism for anything he does. You know, if he doesn't turn that team into a top 8 side,
Yeah.
which really if he's coming in as interim coach,
For the
you
time
know,
being, yeah.
you know, it's expected of him to make him a top 8 side again. But it's
Yeah.
very, very, very hard
It
to
is
come
hard.
into a team, you know, that's mid year, like not mid year, but you know.
It's heading towards
already past the first game of the season. Heaps of pressure, man. Heaps
Yeah,
of pressure.
it is pressure.
But do I think? I think it's a good move if they bring him in. You know,
Yeah.
maybe he will turn his team around.
Yeah.
In like in a
Maybe
month.
he'll switch it up a
He's
bit.
proven to
But-
do on state of origin level.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it on like first coach in NRL.
grade, yeah.
Great
He
coach.
coaches the President's Cup doesn't he?
Well, he does, but like,
No, I'm just saying, like, he's
he
done
does,
it.
he
Yeah.
does. But it's a different level, and of course, this.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good move. I think there'll be, again, like Bill said, pressure. Would he suit Rabbitohs? I don't know. I feel they're in a situation they're really bad. I think Latrell Mitchell, is he going to get the best out of him? You got Cody Walker. I don't think he's the option at 5'8" for him. So it'll be a big task for him to change it.
I think Mal Meninga is the right man to at least get him back into top 8 contention, back playing good. Look at Queensland.
Excuse me.
Look,
Sorry.
you can make an argument he had the best team. So you could have, the worst coaching that Queensland team, and they do good.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, but again, I think he's a good coach. Mal Meninga, and I think Rabbitohs should make that move because again, I don't think Wayne Bennett will come back to the Rabbitohs.
Nah, no chance. No chance
There's
at all.
not really a lot of coaches that you can get. No one on the market. So Mal Meninga, if he's really keen to get that job, sign him up.
Madge denied it. Madge said he doesn't want to coach. I think they reached out to him. He doesn't want to coach him.
He doesn't want to take
just
it. He's taking the
joined
New
us. I
South
don't
Wales
think
well. But Mal Meninga had a very good success in his life. Like, he's won premierships
playing career,
against Canberra Raiders, like when he was playing with Canberra Raiders back in the days.
Premiership trophies.
Success at Queensland as well as a coach. Even Australia as well.
Yeah.
President's
And-
Cup as well.
You say, again, he's coached the best players in Origin, but to get 8 series wins in a row, that's quite impressive.
It is impressive, but when you're talking about NRL level, it's a way different level, like a different story. About that question that you said about if he's the right person to fit in that as a coach, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about it. I would love to see him as an NRL coach,
but not for Rabbitohs.
but I don't think it will suit him yet. Maybe for a different club, maybe like, for example, Canberra Raiders, I would say.
Because he loves that club and he's played for them.
And he's played all his heart with Canberra Raiders.
fair enough.
But I just don't know. Like, it's 50-50, not sure. Like,
you see a lot of these clubs starting to approach younger coaches coming up that's recently retired. Could Rabbitohs possibly try and get Sam Burgess into the club?
It's too far-fetched, man.
It's too far. But again, you look at Benji Marshall, what he's done. Like, again, the club,
as in he's had turmoil in the club,
like
he's already
maybe they
coaching
can
Wigan.
Move on past that. And
But I think he's already in talks to extend his contract over in Super League.
Fair enough. But again, if Rabbitohs...
If they...
Because he loves that club. He's been at the club
he had
for so
the problem
long.
with
Jason
Dimitri.
Yeah, that's why he's left.
And then you never know. It could be in the question.
Because if he's out of the picture, it could be a great tempting offer for him to join the club.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, finally, quickly, we spoke about this a few weeks ago about fullbacks needing to shine this year, and they have recently. I want to quickly get your thoughts on who the best fullback has been this year.
Look, Scott Drinkwater has to be up there. Latrell Mitchell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No chance.
Who would I pick?
No, for me, it has to be, look, Scott Drinkwater's up there, like I said. You got Ponga, who's been performing again. He's really starting to click into form from last year. For me, it's between them two. I think Tedesco started the season strong, but that standout is either Ponga or Scott Drinkwater, and I'm just going to edge Drinkwater.
I'm going to stay with Ryan Pappenhausen. I know he came back from an injury.
Yeah, that's good.
He's actually proved a lot. He's stepped up in his game now. He's picking up the pace. He's got good speed on him. And I'll probably edge as well with James Tedesco as well during the start of the season. Yeah, he's been playing very good as well with the Roosters. Stepped up the bit, but I know after that injury he had that concussion, but that doesn't affect. But
he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back stronger. So they're the
Pappenhausen?
two. Pappenhausen.
Pappenhausen, because last year Melbourne struggled without him.
Yeah,
he's came in and they're really doing better. But I think Scott Drinkwater's been more consistent this year. Yeah. He hasn't had really a bad game, so I'm going Scott Drinkwater.
He's always consistent, Drinkwater. That's what I love about him.
Even though he got injured, I still feel like Reece Walsh hasn't skipped a beat from that first game in Vegas. Up until he got injured, even after he got injured now,
he's still
in his comeback game,
too.
He scored a try, man. He's still making those line breaks, and he hasn't skipped a beat. So in my opinion, right now, it's Reece Walsh.
That's okay, fair enough. Now, that's a wrap up for League Talk. Let's move on to Wrestle Talk. A massive thing happened on SmackDown. Jimmy, well, now he's probably out. He's out of the Bloodline. Solo betrayed him. What next for the Bloodline now? With Roman gone, he's on his break.
Well, he's not. He's on his small break now.
Is Solo the new tribal chief?
Just the audio.
Yeah. Is Solo the new tribal chief? Is The Rock behind this? Is he making orders while Roman's on his break?
Because this is what Solo said during SmackDown to Paul Heyman. Winning and losing matters, right? So there's consequences to losing. So that means consequences need change. So basically,
There's going to be a
There's
war
a,
between.
there's a new tribal chief I think in town, which is The Rock.
Yeah.
He was the only one that did not lose at WrestleMania. Yeah,
That's
and
right.
the Roman Reigns did.
They're saying this storyline will be a lot
Better.
greater than the
Yeah.
Bloodline
It's gonna
storyline.
be
Even
good.
said that, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what Triple H said
Yeah.
in the press conference. Things are more about to come.
Because Reigns is set to come on August 2nd.
Because
Yeah.
what they said,
Before
there's
SummerSlam.
rumors circulating saying the new bloodline, which is the heel bloodline. So when Roman
Yeah.
Reigns makes a comeback, he turns
Baby
as a
face.
baby face
That's what I said.
with the original bloodline
and Jay.
with Jimmy and Jay, and
Yeah.
then this will be bloodline versus bloodline. You know,
that'll
who
be mad.
is the
That'll be
ultimate
crazy. That'll
bloodline?
be
I'll
crazy.
tell you.
You know?
I'll tell you who's going to be in that heel bloodline. You got Solo Sikoa. You got the new member of the bloodline, Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
He came from New Japan.
Yeah.
So he's the son of Haku. I don't know if you remember.
Oh
Haku.
yeah.
So Haku,
Yeah.
they're Tongan. So he's a very good wrestler, Tama Tonga. He's had a lot of success in Japan. Like he's won the openweight championship, tag team championship with his brother. But you know, it's funny. His brother was in WWE back in 2011. Remember with Unico?
Oh yeah. Oh, that was his brother.
His brother was Camacho as a character.
There you go.
So that's why they brought him into WWE. I think it was a very good decision that he came to WWE. He's going to have the best success, even with the bloodline or without the bloodline. He's gonna be with the faction with later on with Styles and Balor and all them. That's going to happen soon. But for now, he does fit perfectly in the bloodline circle. And then now a new signing is on the way as well, Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
So the Usos are related to Jacob Fatu. His dad was what's his name? The Tonga Kid. Back in the 90s.
I'm
So
familiar.
Rikishi and his brother, the Tonga Kid, they're brothers.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so
cousins.
they were back in the
good, okay, so
WWF
they'll
era.
get-
Back in the
so-
day. I remember watching them.
Yeah. So yeah, look,
So it's crazy full circle.
it's gonna be mad.
But I read the article today on the wrestling website that said that Roman Reigns and the Usos are going to team up together,
The OGs.
the OGs,
Yeah.
at SummerSlam. So that's going to happen at SummerSlam. So the Usos and the Roman Reigns are going to verse Solo, Jacob Fatu, and
Do you
Tama Tonga.
think Roman Reigns will work as a babyface? The last time he was a
I think he
babyface,
will.
I liked him.
the last time he was a babyface, he was the big dog.
Yeah.
Now he's
That's
coming. He hasn't been a babyface since 2019. Now him coming back as a babyface in 2024 in August
Yeah.
potentially, would it work? Will the fans
I
turn on
think it
him?
will
or-
work because
might
he'll stay
work.
with the same character, but into
Yeah.
babyface.
But that character works only as a heel.
yeah, I know.
It's that arrogant character, that chip on the
Yeah,
shoulder
I know.
character. You know, does it work as a babyface? Can he get away with a lot of things he
I
was
don't know.
doing?
But what about Paul Heyman? Like, is he going to stay with The Rock, or is
He will stay with Roman. But
Look,
like,
for-
back to my question.
To be honest, look, I think the way they've built Roman Reigns
Yeah,
to that big superstar, probably the GOAT of the WWE,
yeah.
I think fans, again, how they build him, he could be a babyface, and I think fans will like him because,
Yeah.
again, you could see all the comments. I know it's just after WrestleMania, you're going to be missing Roman Reigns in the industry. But again, I think what they've done to him as a character, the storyline, I think fans will like the fact that he becomes babyface, especially with Jimmy and Jey Uso. I think if it was just himself on his own, I think for now they have to build a storyline with Jimmy and Jey.
Yeah.
And that babyface might the fans will start to get used to it. Because again, you look at Jey Uso, everyone loves him. And if he was to work with Roman Reigns, they're not going to hate Roman and love Jey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something around that.
On that, I think before Roman was the tribal chief, he was a big dog and no one liked him. No one wanted him to be the face.
Yeah.
But I think he's earned everyone's respect and how good
that's what I'm
has been
saying.
in these past 4 years. Everyone's like, okay, this guy can be the face of the company.
Yeah.
And I think maybe if he was to turn face, everyone would love him. Everyone would respect him. But again, I don't know. Maybe Roman isn't too nice and too he still has that toughness in him.
Yeah.
The qualities he had as a tribal chief. So it's a bit in the air, but again, I think it would work out if you
But
turn
his
babyface.
promo skills has developed so much
yeah,
better. So again,
he's
that
better.
could get him better. And the way, again, when he was what is it called? The big dog? Whatever
Big
big
dog,
dog.
yeah.
The big
His
dog
promo
character.
skills were so bad.
Yeah,
Like
he
his
has
input
evolved.
was terrible. He's evolved so much. So
Yeah.
that could help him become a very good babyface.
I feel like he will shove down people's throat
Yeah.
between
He does.
2015 to 19.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a short term thing.
Yeah,
where,
it would be.
where the fans love him as a babyface, and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we want heel Roman
Yeah.
back.
That's
They'll
right.
miss him.
Yeah,
But the
that's true.
Usos
true.
as well, bro, they're always like funny. I think tomorrow on Monday Night Raw, I think Jey Uso and Jimmy, I reckon they'll probably reunite together.
Yeah,
I think
also-
it's going to happen.
And again, you look at Solo where he
Yeah.
said, got orders from the tribal chief.
Yeah.
And it just shows because Roman passes his messages first to the wise man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that just shows it's The Rock that's taking control now.
This
of
is
the
going to
bloodline.
be a
It's
big
gonna-
storyline.
they say
I can't
It's
wait for
gonna-
this.
but, if Triple H says that, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Like, even I think
Yeah.
I think honestly it could. I think it might be Roman Rock WrestleMania 41, but I won't be surprised if it's a triple threat with Cody in that as well. Maybe.
I don't
Like,
think-
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can't
see
fit
it.
Cody in.
I don't
Cody's,
see it.
Cody's in his own world now.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
finished from that.
For me, I'd love
Because
to
it's a new
see.
era now. So
Yeah.
now, like, they want to see new
He's done,
championship.
yeah, you know what, fair.
Yeah.
He's done with the bloodline. I know
Exactly.
Roman Reigns is returning on the 2nd of August before SummerSlam. I would
Yeah.
love him to return on SummerSlam where The Rock defeats Cody for the belt
And
and then Roman Reigns comes
Yeah,
out.
but I just don't see it because Triple H, like,
Nah,
even.
it won't happen because it's
I know.
confirmed 2nd of August.
But look, everyone's had enough from the bloodline, like, as in the whole controversial in the story of the last 3 years. I think it's done and dusted. Now a new era just begun. So now you can see, like, new champions, like, are holding the titles, like Damian Priest,
good.
Cody Rhodes, Bailey.
Bailey, yeah.
Who else?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn as well. So now it's going to be a different level.
It's
It's going to
new.
get better. I can't
Yeah.
wait for the
Look,
new
I think-
era. So it's going to be
I
crazy.
love this era of
I love
WWE.
it.
It's crazy.
It's actually kicking in, man.
Even
The
So
Renaissance era. I don't know what they're calling it, but it's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's crazy.
It
Look,
is.
Cody Rhodes now, his first title defense is almost going to be confirmed.
A
It's either going
Backlash,
to be AJ Styles or LA Knight. This is like basically a match that we all know what's going to happen. Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
will win it.
Oh, yeah, he will.
It's
of
just a
course.
match.
This
you
is
know.
the downtime for Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes.
Yeah, like
This is like he finished his story, you know, a few
now
title
he wants to start
defenses
fresh.
till SummerSlam, and then it'll
Yeah.
pick up
it'll
again.
pick up. Yeah, like it's a pretty, yeah, as Bill said, he's not going to have anything big to do now.
Yeah, he's
Show
just going to
up,
defend.
have matches here and there.
Yeah.
You know, he won't build anything now. I don't know. We all know Rock's going to be in the picture very, very soon, like later.
We don't
in
know
the
when.
year.
Yeah.
We don't know when, but who do you think's going to be on him now? Like he surely has to. Someone's going to.
Yeah.
He surely has to find someone to build a storyline until this
100%.
Rock thing comes
I
out.
don't know about for AJ Styles and LA Knight. Sorry, I can't say it because they already had their rivalry at Mania, and
Yeah.
LA Knight won against AJ Styles. I don't know. I can see AJ Styles
I
might
reckon
win.
AJ might get it
He might edge the win.
because
but
LA
it-
Knight
yeah.
did have his shot against Roman Reigns for the
That's
belt.
right.
So I think AJ Styles has had it in a
Yeah.
while.
So
Yeah.
I can see AJ Styles win it, but I think LA Knight could win it.
Could
But
win.
Cody Rhodes still going to retain the title
It's-
at Backlash.
Yeah, it's
It'll
really a tough.
But there's
one,
a lot of wrestlers potentially want a title shot as well.
Yeah.
If I don't know if Gunther is still on Monday Night Raw,
I reckon he'll
SmackDown.
get
He's on a
Damien.
break, I think. A bit.
He's on the break now?
yeah.
So I don't know who's going to be the next ones
And
on
the
the line.
draft is soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
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 We'll
I actually
know-
forgot
shake
about
everything
that.
up.
We'll
So
know
maybe
more about it.
I think
after
it's
the draft.
before Backlash. So,
Yeah,
it is
it
for
could be,
Backlash.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
so we're going to find
yeah.
out.
Quickly, let's final before they move on to combat talk. Is Seth Rollins underrated?
I think he is
Because a lot of people don't like him.
Yeah, you
A
look
lot
at
of
Yeah.
people do like him.
This is what I think of Seth Rollins. Everyone has their final boss character.
yeah.
No pun intended. You know, Roman Reigns took him a while to figure out who he truly is. Ended up finding himself through the tribal chief. John Moxley, we're talking about Shield terms now. John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, found himself at AEW as the character he's always wanted to be, that hardcore, wrestler.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins went through the architect. Now he's the visionary. Even at the visionary, I don't think this is his final stage. To say is he underrated? I think he's properly rated.
Okay, yeah.
In my his wrestling ability, it is underrated. But I feel like fans would only give him his props, just like his mate
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, if he has a proper character. Man, I don't like that visionary
So
character.
Yeah, I
it
don't
just
like
doesn't fit.
Yeah.
That's just not him.
So
I'll
who-
go back to the architect. I
Yeah,
think that was his.
He was
Yes.
good
He
then.
should have just evolved the architect.
I agree with that. I agree
The
with that.
reason why
Yeah.
I think he's underrated is always on comments you just see, oh, what a boring champion. He's not the best wrestler, this and that. And for me, Seth Rollins, I love what he's done for the business. And you can just see how much he loves WWE so much.
He does.
When Cody Rhodes won the belt, he was crying. Drew McIntyre
Yeah.
got his chance. He won the belt in front of thousands of fans. And you could see that emotion he had with the fans and how much he loves it. And he says,
Yeah.
you deserve this, Drew.
He
It
does.
just,
Yeah.
that goes so much under radar. No one recognizes that.
Yeah.
It just shows how much the business means to him, and he would do so much for it. And it just it's not taken very seriously by fans, and he's a great champion. He's like 300+ days as champion.
100%.
I think he's built great storylines with Drew McIntyre. Now CM Punk coming on board, it's been fantastic for him. And
it's actually getting better too.
He deserves to be praised more.
He does, but he's had a lot of success as well, and he's a Grand Slam champion as well.
Yeah.
He's won all titles from NXT to WWE. But how you saying that underrated? I don't see it, but I just don't like his character at the moment.
Yeah,
like, the Architect was the best. Like, he's always coming at you, and he's always like, he's always defending himself and always like winning the fights all the time. That's what I want to say. I don't want.
I think he's
character.
He's
of
portraying
him.
something he's not.
Yeah, I know.
But
you see, when he bring back the Shield, at Mania, I was like, is this really happening again? Like, I think it was just a teaser, not a teaser, but like, But he still got attacked by what's his name? Reigns as well. But do you see that will happen like later on?
back to the Shield.
Shield's done.
Shield's
But
done.
you know how you mentioned about Dean Ambrose, John Moxley? He actually just won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
No way.
That's the biggest achievement of his career.
That's him, bro. He's playing his true self.
Yeah.
Which
He's always been himself.
That's something Seth Rollins hasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
But I reckon Seth is enjoying his role.
I think he
as
is
a visionary.
Yeah, but I don't.
But he has to go back to Architect.
Look, he would like. Why wouldn't he? He's like champion.
Yeah.
The champion makes it better for him. He's champion, you know. I'm liking this stuff. The only thing I don't like is the outfits he wears.
Yeah, it just doesn't suit him.
Sometimes, just I don't know. On their point, sometimes his character can be a bit too much, and you could just feel it's not him.
Yeah, it's not
in a way.
But what about, remember the theme that he came out in Mania? How he came out as a wolf. That was a sick entrance. That
was a mad one.
Yeah. That's when he won the Intercontinental.
That's right.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a wrap up to Wrestle Talk, and Bill and Anthony will go
Combat
through
talk.
some combat talk.
Can't wait.
All right, Anthony, time for some combat talk time. UFC 300. What an event that was, man.
Yeah, it was not bad. It was pretty good.
Not bad.
But the best one was
Brother,
I'm waiting for the one.
Hold on, we'll go through the fights.
Yeah.
That was what a way to like bring in the 300s.
Yeah,
you
of
know.
course.
I know you weren't too excited about it.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about it.
But bro, I was very, very happy about it, man. You know what? We'll get to what I'm talking about. Let's start with the first fight on the main card. On the main card.
So Bo Nickel won the submission round 2. 3 minutes or 38 seconds. Bro, he fought very good as well. Cody
Brundage.
Bro, he had a bit of strikes on him, but Bo Nickel had the whole
Bo Nickel had a lot of ground control time.
Yeah, he actually did.
He smothered him in that wrestling department. Too good for Brundage. It is what it was. It was your clinical wrestling match. Bo Nickel got the better hand over it.
He got the win, and he was actually very controlled of the whole thing. And I saw one of my mates.
What round was it? Round 2?
Round 2, yeah.
Round 2.
So speaking of Bo Nickel, one of what's his name? So Jacob Malkoon actually called out Bo Nickel. He wants to fight him.
Oh, did he actually?
Yeah. So it was on his Instagram. So this one.
You know what? I love to see the boys from the area. Making storylines out of this.
Of course.
As
soon as I saw it, he said. So this is what he said on his Instagram. So he said, "Bo Nickel, I'm an easy fight. Let's get it, lad. Whenever you're ready, I'm good."
That's gonna be that'll be a great fight.
That'll be a good fight because Jacob actually
up Malkoon. He'll win it, bro.
Who?
Malkoon.
Yeah, of course. Because now he wants to step up into the top. I think the top 10 or top 15 division in the middleweight division. So I would love to see that happen if the next
wrestler against wrestler.
Maybe it happens in Perth for the Aussie Cup.
Hey,
I would love to see that.
It's coming up.
It's coming up very soon in August.
But man, that was that fight. Let's move on to the next fight.
Next fight, Armin
Tsurikin,
the Armenian fighter.
Tsurikin versus Charles Oliveira.
That was a very good fight.
I honestly really thought Oliveira would win this.
Yeah, me
but
too.
He didn't. So Tsurikin ends up winning in round 3.
Yeah.
Via decision. Went to the judges. But he really dominated that whole fight.
He actually did.
He didn't let Oliveira breathe one bit.
Takedowns as well. It took him down and he controlled it for 8 minutes, 41 seconds as well. He had total strike 75 over Charles Oliveira, but I didn't see that much in him in Charles Oliveira. I thought I would expect Charles Oliveira to fight better, but I just didn't see him in the octagon, bro. Armin just controlled him and he had everything in him, bro. Like,
kept him in range,
kept him range, skills,
high volume of punches.
Oh, the punches were perfect,
yeah,
man. Like,
yeah, it was clinical, man.
Clinical and takedown.
Unfortunately,
even on the floor too, but it was good.
But unfortunately for Oliveira, man, you know, this was his way back into, you know, elite status. You know, they like to say the stat, you know, he's got a kid on the way. You know, he hasn't. When the last time he had a kid, he went on to, you know, be an unbeaten fighter. It was sad to see Oliveira lose. You don't. It's a lot of people's favorite fighter, but unfortunately couldn't get it done there. Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway for the BMF belt. Max Holloway wins.
Yeah.
Round number 5. 1 second to go.
1 second to go. Before anything, Bill, Max Holloway, I'm going to give good credit to him, bro. He actually stepped up. He controlled the whole fight. His strikes was good. His leg kicks were good. Bro, he was a beast. He controlled everything. But you can tell from round 1, Max Holloway actually broke Justin Gaethje, his nose was broken. Yep. I knew it. As soon as he started bleeding, like, I thought
commentator said it too. He knew.
I thought I thought the refs were gonna stop the fight for him, but they just said let it go, let him continue. But man, Max Holloway, 181 total strikes in him, mate. Like, I don't know how to describe
Justin,
it, but the performance by Max Holloway was perfection.
And you know what was crazy about that fight? Like, the knockout in itself was crazy, but the balls on Max Holloway to be winning the whole fight, being up on points by every single judge, and then telling Justin Gaethje, Justin Gaethje, come stand and bang with me in the middle of the octagon and let's give the fans what they want.
And they did.
They went all out. Justin Gaethje's doing those
swing punches,
those haymakers. And then Max Holloway goes for that body, then rips the right hand to the top and knocks him out flat.
I saw him. I actually recorded that. As soon as he hit him in the slow motion, like on the nose, that
brutal.
Was gone for him.
And this is the thing. I said in my video on TikTok and Instagram. Make sure you go follow us there. I was saying, like, Justin Gaethje, this is the Gaethje that knocked out Dustin Poirier not too long ago, man. He was a contender for that title. And for Max Holloway to go in his division and put on a show like that, not only just get a puncher's chance, but beat him the whole fight, 5 rounds. He could have went to the judges and called it a day and, you know, got his hand raised. But he wanted something else. He wanted that $600,000.
And he actually
ended up getting it.
And he got what he wanted.
Knockout of the year, fight of the year.
That's what I said to my mates yesterday. I said that was a knockout of the year for sure.
And even
Dana White said it too.
Dana White was like all the fans in the arena.
They went nuts. Did you see the reaction from that?
Man.
Did you see Daniel Cormier, Joe Rogan?
They went crazy.
Bro, they went nuts.
And even Dana White, as I was saying, he's like, the people in the crowd in the next 2 fights, you know, the co-main and the main, they didn't care. The energy was all gone. They wasted their energy on that fight.
Yeah.
The co-main, let's get to that now, man.
Yeah. Zhang Weili versus Jan Zignonen, I don't know how to say it. To be fair,
snooze fest.
It was a loose fest. I think it was a boring fight. It reminds me of Rose Namajunas versus
So Weili retains.
Hey?
We forgot to mention Weili retains.
Yeah, she actually retained. She won the fight.
In round number 5.
By
unanimous decision.
I think it was a boring fight, to be fair with you.
It was.
At round 1, I noticed at the last second before the round 2 hit, Jan was actually, she nearly got tapped out and she was like conscious. I thought that was going to stop the fight.
Yeah.
But then me and my mates, we tripped out. I'm like, I thought the fight was gone. Like, that's it. She lost. But they just kept continuing. And then after round 2 to 5, it just got boring. Yeah. I fell asleep. I'm not going to lie. That reminded me of Rose Namajunas and Carlos Esparza's fight, part 2.
Yeah,
that was actually the worst.
Fight.
I think that shouldn't be a co-main event fight. I think that BMF title fight was the co-main event instead.
That was the main event, brother.
It should have been the main event instead.
But let's get to the main event. This was a good one. This was a mismatch, but Alex Pereira gets it done in round number 1 via KO against Jamal Hill.
I knew that feeling because, speaking of that, because Jamal Hill was trying to mock him when Alex Pereira was coming out. I noticed that on live television. So when Alex Pereira, he was like full in the serious mode. He was ready to go. He was full patient. He was waiting for that hit about to happen. Yeah. But when Jamal Hill got him in the nuts, Herb Dean was trying to stop Alex Pereira, but Alex Pereira was like, nah, leave me alone. I'm going to handle this.
Was a
and
left
then what
hand.
happened? boom, knocked him out.
Left hand, his
left hand, and then just charged him and knocked him out.
His copyright left hand, man. Like, it was crazy. Like, it's crazy how he's like, he's like, now Herb Dean, I got this. Wait till I knock this guy out and then raise my hand.
Alex, but you know what? I said it to my mates. I said Alex Pereira is going to win at round 1, and my mate was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yes." Watch and see. And it happened.
No one liked that main event. No one. I didn't.
But Alex Pereira's too strong. He's too
as in, like, going into this fight, 300. No one, like, it was a mismatch, man. No one was favoring this main event. Now Alex Pereira, a lot of people have been saying, man, does he go up a division, go for that third belt? Does he face John Jones?
Well, they're saying,
Tom Aspinall?
Well, Joe Rogan was saying that, I think, after the interview, and even Dana White, they're saying that it looks like Alex Pereira might step up into the heavyweight division. Could he go double champ?
Triple champ?
Triple champ? I think he will.
Bro, that'd be crazy.
He's dominating, man.
It's crazy. You know what's crazy? He started at the age of 22. 22.
Late age, yeah.
He started kickboxing, MMA.
Yeah.
And look what he's always, you know?
Yeah, because you know why? Because there's a lot of Brazilians, like, they go through a lot of hard times in their lives, like, because, you know, in Brazil, there's a lot of things happen, like, situations, like, you know, things I don't want to say it, but it just motivates them harder and be a better person.
They go through struggles in their life.
Yeah, they go through struggles. They go through mental health. They go through a lot of things. Yeah. But now, like, thank God, he's like the biggest blessing person. Like, he's so humbled, Alex Pereira, and he has a family behind him.
Time.
Yeah, you know what? He's a very good man, but well-deserved win. Yeah. I was actually happy about that round 1, but well, good credit to him. You know, like,
what a that's why. Like, you didn't like the event, Bashar?
It was an 8 out of 10. I'll be fair with you. That was a good event. But,
I feel like we got our money's worth.
I reckon UFC 200 was 10 out of 10 because I remember I was watching it at the start. Me and my mates. All the fights was happening, like co-main event, main event. You had Brock Lesnar, you had Mark Hunt.
It was a stacked card.
Oh, you had Amanda Nunes versus Miesha Tate as well. You had Jose Aldo versus Frankie Edgar for the interim featherweight title before Conor McGregor's fight.
Yeah.
That time was the best main event. But this one was okay. But the only fight was good out of the whole one was Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, as in the main event didn't live up to what a 300 was supposed to be, like 200.
It should have been
even
better,
the co-main. But man, like, I judge it by this. Did I get my money's worth? Even though I watched it illegally. I watched it on a crack website. But did the fans get their money's worth? You know, I feel like they did. I feel like they did. Well, I feel like we did. You know, to get that knockout we did in the Holloway fight, and then to get also the same knockout in the Pereira fight. Like, I know us fans like to see a longer fight, and we do love to see, you know, KOs, that's what we got essentially. Yeah. But yeah, man, I think it was like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, well, 8 is still good.
But you're talking about McGregor. You mentioned his name. Yeah. McGregor. So Dana White announced in the post-fight press conference that Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler has been confirmed.
We've said it has
been confirmed for June 29th, International Fight Week. I think it's UFC 303.
I think it's 302.
302 or 303.
302,
So yes, it's fully confirmed. We've been talking about this since our old setup. Yeah. You know, it's always been in the works. We finally got what the fans have been asking for, man. I'm so happy, man. I posted it about 4 times on our story on our touchline.
100%.
I was so happy,
and we've been saying it like for months, like even like during the off NRL season as well, and now the NRL season started. Like I told you, after everything that happened from the Ultimate Fighter season, when Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor, they were going at each other and stuff, it's good that it's happening. I'm happy with the outcome. But end of the conclusion, I think Michael Chandler's actually going to will beat Conor McGregor, because if Conor McGregor doesn't put his head straight into the UFC octagon, like doesn't think and doesn't stay positive and doesn't, like, if he doesn't focus on his mindset and that how the way, and his training as well, the way how he was before when he came into the UFC, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Look, I know you're afraid because I know you're a big fan of him. Yeah. Look, everyone is waiting for Conor McGregor to return. I agree.
Yeah.
Look, he's a very good fighter and he's a double champ. Like, he's achieved everything. I got nothing against him. He's a good fighter, good person, everything. But end of the day, bro, Michael Chandler's gonna. I think he's going to end his career.
I hope
in peacefully way, but in respectfully way.
Don't say that, bro.
I don't like to say it, but Michael Chandler, bro, he's still got enough tank in him, bro.
I know he's been training, you know, when McGregor was on his yacht, you know, as much as McGregor likes to say he was training on his yacht. It's not the full training you can get.
Yeah, it's
while he was doing that, Michael Chandler was training. But look, bro, they're both on a big layoff, man. McGregor, he hasn't fought in 3 years. I think Chandler's now on his 2nd year, hasn't fought. I'm scared. This is a big fight to come into the main event, International Fight Week, a 5-rounder. I would have loved to see McGregor in a 3-rounder. He even said he wanted a warm-up fight. I would have been happy. I would have been happy with the warm up fight. Even though
in the main card mainly, like
even though even McGregor wanted to, he said, I'll start the show. It doesn't matter if I'm in the main event or not. Just give me the rounds again. I feel like just throwing him in the deep end with Michael Chandler. We know what he can do.
Exactly.
But like I'm still backing my boy up. McGregor, man. There's only one McGregor. He's gonna be in his prime for the second time. He's gonna win another belt in the division.
But we have to wait and see. But it's not how he used to be. Like back in the days, you know.
There was something special back in the day.
Exactly, because he's won titles and he's undefeated. Like he's dominated everyone.
We gotta go. We gotta go, bro. We gotta go to this fight. Would you go?
We gotta work it out, man. We just gotta see how we're gonna.
I'm gonna go, bro.
And you can tell my voice.
This is the thing with me, man. You know how much I love McGregor. I love him to death, bro. I've been following his whole career since when the Aldo fight. The Aldo fight is when I really became a McGregor fan.
Won 13 seconds.
Oh, man, just his aura, bro. I just got to see him live. I've got to see McGregor in person. I've got to hear that Foggy Doo theme song topped off with the Hypnotized by Biggie. I've got to hear it in my own ears live in person.
It's going to happen.
I've got to sit front row, brother. I have to see him, bro.
Front row.
I got to see him knock out Michael Chandler, bro.
Do you want to pay $1 million to hit?
I don't care. I'll sell my left kidney to see him, bro. I've got to watch McGregor at Las Vegas in T-Mobile Arena. I've got to, bro. We got to go. But anyways, that's a wrap up for Combat Talk for this week.
All right, guys, that's a wrap up to the Touchline Podcast, episode 71. Make sure if you guys haven't watched our vlog, it's out now, the Bulldogs and Melbourne one. It was a great vlog. Canterbury Leagues was buzzing that night. It was really enjoyed that night.
It's always a great vibe in Canterbury.
Yeah, 100%. I have to watch it as well.
Yeah, you got to watch
it. You weren't there. That's
because I was at the fighting event.
That was actually the best one. Like last year we went to Canterbury Leagues, but that one was like...
And we lost.
And we lost, yeah. It was a great... So make sure you guys watch that vlog. Still haven't booked Anthony's skydiving yet. It's
going to happen in the next few weeks.
It's going to happen. We just got to find the right time to do it.
Can't wait, man.
But yeah, life's good and we're enjoying it. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.